Welcome to your first video lesson. What I'd like to do today is to show you a hand position called the pietà. This pietà position is something that we work with in almost every level of training, whether it's the foundation or any of the advanced trainings in biodynamic craniosacral therapy. I'm going to have a hand very simply under Val's shoulder and another hand under her leg. So what we're going to do is break this technique down into 4 parts. Now the first part is to get the hand position correct, and that means that I want my hand here on the right to slide along the table right here until it makes contact with the top of Val's shoulder and upper arm, and then I'm just going to rest my hand as if I was cupping a bowl of water around the top of her shoulder. Now, my other hand, because I have such a big wingspan, so to speak, my other hand is going to actually go right underneath Valerie's knee here. So, that's the first part of the pietà position here. I'm going to be sitting here at the side with a hand under the shoulder and under the leg. Now that brings us to the second part of this technique. And the second part is, now that I have my hands on Valerie, I want to put all of my attention back onto myself to make sure that, number one, my posture is good and that I'm settled in myself, that my nervous system is settled. So I'm just going to take a few moments here just to bring my attention back into my own body. I want to feel my feet on the ground. I want to feel my diaphragm. I want to feel my diaphragm relax so that my breathing can be relaxed. And what this does is it allows my nervous system to begin to settle. And through a process it's called resonance, when my nervous system is settled and in physical contact with the client, it allows the client's nervous system to settle. So just by being present, being still, and being calm, it's possible to help the client's nervous system. So, now the next thing that I do in part 3 is I like to bring my attention back to my hands. And when I bring my attention back to my hands, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to briefly close my eyes and I'm going to visualize Valerie's whole body three-dimensionally as being a fluid body, meaning that I'm visualizing that the entire contents of Valerie's body is living fluid. And that within that living fluid is a tempo that Dr. Sutherland discovered called the long tide, which we now call primary respiration. And primary respiration is a three-dimensional, holistic breathing throughout all the fluids of the human body. So now I bring my attention to my hands, visualizing Valerie's fluid body. And then that brings us to the fourth part of this technique. And that is, I want to make sure that I don't over-focus on my hands and subtly compress any of the fluid compartments in Valerie's body. So just to make sure that I don't subtly compress any parts of Valerie's fluid body, I'm going to let my attention go out in front of me, out through the windows in my office here, right out to the trees, to the wind that's blowing through the trees. And I just let my attention become more relaxed, so that I include my own body, Valerie's body, the whole office space, and the whole field of nature that's in front of me. And as I do that, all of a sudden, as if by magic, Valerie's fluid body begins to breathe with a 100-second tempo. And it's the tempo of the long tide, or primary respiration. 50 seconds, her whole body breathing into my hands. 50 seconds, her whole body exhaling, contracting back towards its midline. And in biodynamic craniosacral therapy, this is the focus of the therapeutic process. This is the beginning of the healing process in biodynamic craniosacral therapy. And that is specifically to begin to feel the entire fluid body of the client breathe with primary respiration, as it's doing in Valerie's body right now. Thank you.